Hello and welcome back. Finally we've got a bit of Tri-ang's great TC range out for a play on the railway. So this is R.14 the double-ended diesel. So it comes from the RS.14 set, which we'll have a look at in a moment. So I've just had the motor out just to give it a light going over. It is got to be years since I've ran this one. So if we have a quick look in there. So definitely had a lot of track time this particular motor, I think, but it seems to be running fairly evenly. So the ribbed wheels do give it quite some sound on the rolling road, echoing down there through the bench. So I think if we just pan out a little now, and I'll grab the controls and we'll turn it off. There we go. So we'll just have a quick look over that. So it's got the two floating cables there which will plug into the main part of the body, which will make the lamps come on at both ends. Let's see if we can get a quick look down in there. It's got some white grease on the worm. The wiring inside looks fairly original. So it's better not to take these things apart too much if they're already working. So when I got this, it ran reasonably well. I've given it a clean and oil before. A little bit of wear on those gears, isn't there? A slight curving to the edge of them. The wheels look like they've got plenty of life left on them, and they're not worn flat. Sometimes you see these ribbed wheels and they're almost completely worn away and filled in with dirt, for that matter. Let's pop that one down. We'll just have a quick look over the body here. I'm not going to manhandle it out of the cradle here. There you can see where you plug those cables in there, and you've got a bulb hidden in there. I don't know whether you can just see the back end of the bulb there, where the two little tiny wires go in. And then we've got the dummy end there. Actually, I don't know, can I get that out with one hand? Yeah, I thought that was going to be too difficult to get out there. Now I don't remember that piece of foam in there, so I don't remember putting it in. So maybe that was just there when it came to me. So this set came from the local model railway shop quite a while ago. It does have that crack down the front of it, missing part of the decal, but apart from that, it's in fairly tidy condition. So we'll have a glance at the roof. Let's just have a look at the inside there. I think I put a little bit of tape down the crack on the inside there. So it's definitely had a bit of a life. Let's just pop that down there. We'll have a good look at the outside of it once I got that assembled again. Well, 3 screws there. That one will hold the motor bogie into the bodywork. 2 little screws there for holding the roof on. You can see we've got horns at both ends. Fairly tidy condition. No, not much scuffing on it, but definitely been around the rails a little bit, I think. So I'll just leave that there, and we'll have a quick look at what's happened on the railway since the last video. And I think I mentioned last video I ended up with more time off than I'd anticipated. So I had to succumb to the dreaded COVID-19 last week, and then ended up having to stay home for most of the week. Although I did end up sleeping for quite a lot of it. So that's what we were playing with before. We'll leave that there. And what else has happened? Not a lot else has happened here. I was trying to get another train together for the 00, but haven't quite managed it. I was going to get the crane, the big crane out, and make sort of a breakdown or a service train. I've got I've printed out one of these, another one of these, but a larger one. Thought it might look better than 2 small ones. It's still the 2 parts of it are still being glued together. Let's have a look here. So they're just being held there. So I printed that earlier in the day. So maybe next time we'll have that all together. But I haven't identified where the crane is, sadly. But I've been fiddling with just loosely laying down some more 3-rail, trying to work out what I can do with it. It's nothing set in stone. I'm not making really plans. I would like to get the turntable in. That isn't a final position. It might be, it might not be. Work out what we're going to do off the end, how much space this takes, and it's sort of 3-rail does sort of lend itself to having a twin track. So we'll see. I've just been laying some track work down, see how much I've got. I might not have enough straight pieces to go twin all the way around. If that's the case, we'll probably abandon the idea. And see, I've laid in the section in the curve over there, but bearing in mind I've got all of these straight sections which are here now, I might be able to make it work, and enough left over for a little bit of fun with the station and some sidings perhaps. And then I'm going to leave space there to do then something with the Series 3, so I think that'll be quite interesting for a time. That'll give me lots of possibilities. But let's have a look at this set. Definitely in poor condition, so dampness of some sort potentially. Plenty of sellotape. Let's see the end of it. I'm not going to try and lift this up one-handed. Let's flip the camera over for a moment. There we go. So we can see the end of the box there. Look at that. It's seen some action, hasn't it? But isn't this picture terrific? The father and his 2 sons playing with the railway. You have to imagine what went on out of shot this direction and this direction. So it's an awful lot crammed in, isn't it? So let's have a look. So we've got the R159 double-ended diesel here. They did make a dummy unit, which I think was R250. I'm not sure how long that was in production for. I think it was quite a short period. But to see this on the box lid, let's just flip that around again. And let's see if I can whip off what's left of the box lid without causing any further damage. Let's see if we can pop that down. There we go. And the locomotive would have gone in there. If you have a look at the insert picture, you can see the entire set with the locomotive in place, but I'm not going to reinsert it there at the moment. So that's 4 coaches. I think that's quite impressive, getting 4 coaches within a set. Let me just grab my notes, and we'll see if we can get some numbers on these sets. Sorry, not on these sets, on these coaches perhaps. So I think all the coaches were produced separately. Came along in 1958. So R134 for the baggage, and the coach. So R131. And what have we got here? Actually, I've got that the wrong way around altogether. We'll restart that. It's because I can't see the top of that one there. That's not a coach. That's the Vista Dome, isn't it? So we've got. Which way around is that? That's Vista Dome, R132. Sorry, total confusion here, but I'm not going to start the video from scratch or redo that. So lovely looking thing. And that's the coach up there. That's where I was getting confused. So this is the coach. This is R131. Yeah, there we go. And there we have the observation car. And that's R133. That great canopy. Was it? What do you call it? The canopy or curved glass, and so on the back there, with all of those seats. Really tremendous things. Of course, this is the first series of TC coaches. There was a later series. We'll have a look at those on another day. The baggage car does have these doors which slide open. I seem to remember that these constantly come open, and I think I've encouraged those to stay shut. Let's have a look on the other side there. Let's put that down there. There we go. Yeah, so I can't remember whether that's just a little bit of masking tape on the backs of those or blue tack just to hold those into place. There is a variation of these coaches with blue roofs. I can't remember whether they're later or earlier than these. So this set, RS.14, was available 1960 to 61. And then I think when the new coaches came along, the set was revised, although I can't remember the details of that set. So let's just pop that back down there. Track's in very poor condition. It's all split off on the end. I think some of this is, yeah, the rails are broken away from the bed here. So these are just in here to make up the box, really. This uncoupling ramp is in particularly poor shape. But I think what we'll do, we'll leave those there. We'll just get this box lid back off the rails there for a second. We'll create a bit of space. I can't lift that one-handed at all. Yeah, so that set, I think I said, was available 1960 to 61. So while we're on this side, we'll just get the diesel rail car over here, because we need that off so we can create space. So I think we'll just give this some power. I picked up the right one. No, I haven't. Let's go for this again. Let's see if I can hold that up. I've got the catalogue out over there, the 1960 catalogue. We'll have a look at that when we jump on the other side. Let's bring this over and we'll get this off the rails. Here we have it. So what I need is some more sidings to start moving things around, but this is sort of all as and when and no fixed plan. So let's put that there. Some of these models are going to make appearances and come back and stay away. So I think we should just put the motor bogie on for a second and just give that a little roll by itself. Here we go. Let's see how she runs. Just sitting there by herself, no coaches on. Pretty good. So I think I'll get the model reassembled and we'll jump the other side. So here we are, back on the other side of the railway, just trying to catch up with this very lively locomotive. And we'll just run that through the tunnel and into the station. There we go. So we'll just pop down the controller and I'm going to flip the camera around. There we have it. Let's just whip this off the rails for a moment. There we go. Quick look over the model. Now she's all back together. So it is a fairly lovely thing. I say the only thing that really lets it down is that split there on that end and the missing decal there. But these did get a bit of a hammering. I think they were fairly well used. I think we've got what have we got there? Built in Britain, just there. And I think Tri-ang just hiding under the back of the motor bogie down there, if we can get focus in there. I don't think the model name's on it, from what I can see. It's not on the tank there. So that's all getting quite awkward to hold. I'm going to pop that down. There we go. Let's put that the other way around. I think I want that the other way around when we get it back on the rails. So let's widen out the camera. So I've got out the 1960 catalogue here, so we can have a look at the set. There it is, right at the top of the page. Terrific looking set. And this one's not too bad. I don't know what I'm talking about really. They all look fairly terrific to me. Some lovely bold colours, aren't they? There we go, there's the contents of the set. RS.14 train set. It says consists of a diesel locomotive, 134 car, 131 coach. What else have we got here? I'm struggling reading between the camera and the phone. 132 car, 133 car. So it's not really naming what they are in here. So we've got a power connecting clip, 18 sections of Series 3 track forming an oval. I think they're large radius curves in that box we were looking at earlier, and this looks like prices. It's written throughout this catalogue, so maybe this is a shop copy. So a fairly impressive price. So let's just have a quick look. There's some sort of marking on there, unfortunately. There's another nice legend written down here. Let's have a look at that. Tri-ang Railway's Transcontinental series provides a comprehensive range of locomotives and cars representative of many railroads all over the world, notably in the USA, Canada, South Africa, Australia and New Zealand. So quite a statement. But you can see what the market they were trying to attract with the models of these designs. So there we go. So lovely picture on the cover there. 1960 catalogue. Although I think it's the 1960 catalogue. So great set. There's that diesel rail car there. And I think seating units became available, because initially they were sold without, and eventually they came fitted, but I think you could buy them to put in afterwards. So quite a nice little sales ploy there. We saw this set a little earlier, and I've just put that one away, and there we go, a mainline passenger set there. So Black Princess. So I don't think we've had one of those out. We had a very early bendy Black Princess, didn't we? So maybe we'll get one of those. I think I can't remember what set is that. RS.14 mainline passengers. I think I might have that set. I should know really, but I can't remember. But if we have it, perhaps we'll have it out in the near future. But I think some Transcontinental stuff is going to be on the Series 3 line for a little while. So again, I'm not going to point at every single thing, but there are just a number of quite impressive pages here. And we must get some engine sheds like this out on the railway. Again, prices written in quite faintly. The ink is quite faint. It's not the camera struggling with it or overexposure. They are very, very faint in colour. So just have a look at that. There we go, saddle tank. Haven't had one of those on the railway for a while. There's the water tower. Still haven't managed to dig out any water cranes. There we go, a range of seating units for the other coaches. Of course, some of these coaches had roofs glued on them, so that could account for some breakages. I know when I was doing those conversions over with the 70s bogies onto some older coaches, I know I did split away some of the roofs. It is quite hard work, and softening the glue away. The Suburbans, we've got some of those in there. I'm going to move those onto this siding in a moment. So yeah, there's the price on them. Look, extensive range of freight. And you see this track has all got underlay. All begins to look a little bit uncomfortable under the diamond there, of course. And there's buffers just hiding in there. Put the buffers away because we've got no ends of rails. That's a lovely model with that log on there, and the one with the tank. This is quite a lovely thing, explaining how the coupling and the uncoupling ramp work. So we're getting far too bogged down in it. I always say this, but there you go. Catenary, I'm sure we'll see some of that. Not immediately, we've had plenty of catenary in the past, and I will have that earlier type out. Got to have one of those on the railway very shortly. So double-ended diesel, I think, basis of that model, and possibly a number of others for different markets. Some great freight there. I'm struggling to pick up these pages in my fingers. Perhaps just have a quick look over those. I'm not sure about the scaling of some of these. Some of these seem to be the wrong size. Perhaps just a a fault of the illustration. And again, seating units there could be fitted into the coaches. See, these coaches are depicted with blue roofs, look. So, interesting variation and a stunning cutaway there. I think that's quite special. Turntable. Now, if I'm getting the 00 turntable out on the railway, I think we really ought to have the Tri-ang turntable out as well. I think it'd be a nice to see them both together. So again, electric level crossing. So I'm not sure whether we're going to get any elevated stuff with this particular configuration, but we might. We'll see what happens. There's lovely station sets and so on. Yeah, quite nice things. Yeah, really struggling with that. Series 3 track. There we go. So I know I put the points in last week and we forgot to have a look at one when I was looking back over the video. I had meant to pick one up and have a closer look. So they're all fairly worn. Any plating that might have been on it is long gone. There's some still further down the rail sides, and so you can see where it's holding on to the inner parts of the rails, but it's definitely come away on these sort of on the edges there and on the lower edges. Whoops! Nearly dropped that. But yeah, they're quite pretty looking things. Yeah, the downfall perhaps is these little tabs here, and perhaps they've got multiple connections. It's not this one that's unreliable. I don't think it's these here at this end. That's quite unreliable. But those little tabs, they tend to bend and come away. Let me see if I can tighten this and see if we can see them. Or maybe next time I've got one dismantled. We'll have a look at it dismantled. I don't know whether we can see in there. Or has the one on this side already disappeared? I think it may have. Let's open that up. No, it's not. It's there. It's just very difficult to see. You can see it just under there, look. I'm not sure whether we'll be able to see down the other side of here. So if we do screw this down or pin it down, there are other ways of dealing with that, I think, so we can get some nice running going. So yeah, Series 3 points. Quite nice looking things. But geometry quite awkward, I think. I think the Super 4 was quite an evolution in terms of geometry and building and railway for your sort of small boards and so on in your household. So yeah, standard track there. Rubber tunnel. We got those as well on the older layout, on the Super 4 layout. I had those, but we must pick those up again. Get them out. Clockwork items. Actually, they're not all clockwork, are they? No, that's not clockwork. That's clockwork. That's clockwork. So yeah. And there's the back cover. So sadly, no dealer stamp, but yeah, possibly a shop copy with all of that pricing written in right the way through. Strangely, no pricing on the primary stuff. There's pricing on these, but not these. I hadn't noticed that actually. It's just dropped back again. Yeah, maybe it's just items that the particular store held in stock. So, enough looking at old catalogues. Let's get this locomotive into the sidings. So let's see how well we do with that. Let's grab the controls and we'll wrong direction. There we go. Let's flip the points. Let's roll the locomotive back. Yeah, I think that's going to be quite nice there. So we'll close those points again. Let's have a close look at that. You can see that point had some action in its life. I think if we grab these and put these on in a place which is perhaps a little easier to work with. Let's put that on there. Should we grab the controls and another coach. Let's just roll that forward a little. I keep turning that the wrong way. And that's open. Quick look at the bottom of the coach. Some of these have like a tab across there. So there's the Tri-ang and the Made in England, no catalogue number. So they made these in different colours. There was first off they were in silver, and then there was the blue ones I think, and then they had the silver with the red stripe down the side. Let's just grab this one and have a look at that. So there we've got the coach. There we go. There's that tab I was talking about. So wheels are in fairly nice condition. I did clean them when I've got them, but they haven't been cleaned. So since the previous outing on the railway quite some time ago, but I think they're fairly nice, fairly smooth running. There's the Vista Dome. So it's these two coaches we were getting confused over. There we go. So we'll pop that one on as well. I think we're just going to roll that one that way. And then we'll get the observation car. Yeah, so that one doesn't have a tab, but there's no screw through the bottom of that. So I wonder whether that roof is glued on. Yeah, there we go. Coupling on the curve there. So we're all together there. All right, let's give that a bit of power now. And off she goes. Train far too long for the little 00 station. Past the massive track. And back to the Tri-ang side of the railway. Let's just bring that to a gentle stop in the station there. Also almost too long for this station as well. So I'm thinking I might have this model magnetised the wrong way around, because it's running the wrong way on the controller. A number of models have confused me like that recently. So carelessness when remagnetising. So let's give that a bit more power, and we'll have a bit more of an energetic run around the railway this time. We'll stand back a little bit further. Yeah, that definitely does the trick, doesn't it? tremendous noise it makes. Those ribbed wheels, such a terrific idea. Let's bring it to a stop on this side here. There we go. So I think that's probably it for this time. But if you look back again next time, we'll try and get that girder on the train, and I'll dig out the crane. Let's see if we can get this to go backwards. So I'm going to rotate the camera around a little. And we'll go in a little bit tighter down there. So let's give that a little power, and we'll go off back around the track. He says hopefully. Yeah, I'm going to have a look at the magnet in this. And we'll back that into the station. I think really we've got to go the other way, haven't we? So let's give that another go. And then it really is time to go. Thanks a lot. Goodbye now. Another extra bit on the end of the video, just like last week. The confusion over trains running the wrong way, or me getting confused about it. I think it was going on. It's been going on while I've been playing with the railway for a little while, but on and off in the past week or so, I have had this controller out, and I was using this controller, the clipper, to test things out running on the railway and so on. It's theoretically a bit more robust than that, take a little bit more mistakes. So sadly I put the wiring back in the wrong way around, so things were in general running the wrong way on the controller, and then the confusion from standing this side and watching the light go green and the train running the wrong direction and running clockwise or anti-clockwise. Confusion definitely setting in there. And then this locomotive, which I confidently said I hadn't remagnetised, or didn't think I had, is the one that's running the wrong direction on the controller. All of these others. So if we come back this way, let's unplug that cable. So when I turn that to go clockwise around the railway, it goes clockwise, it goes anti-clockwise. I don't think we need to go through all of them. Perhaps we could we'll put that one on there, and we'll go the same. So that'll go clockwise, anti-clockwise. Colours light up on there. Of course, on the handhelds there's no coloured lights to assist or remind you. Beaten up 262 tank. Let's pop that on there. There we go. Anti-clockwise, clockwise. Lovely growl from that one. And we'll do another one or two while we're here. There we go. Let's move that one out of the way. Clockwise, anti-clockwise. So it's the simple things that get you in the end, isn't it? And we'll get the star attraction for today on the rails for a moment. There we go. Clockwise, anti-clockwise. On this one, which I can't remember whether I did remagnetise when it came to me or not, magnet's very strong in it. There we go. So if I turn that clockwise, see that one runs the wrong way. So I'll just whip the top off that and stick it in the magnetiser. and we'll correct that problem now. And there we go, it's running the same as the other models. So I think that really is it for this week. Thanks again for watching. Sorry about the extra bits on the end. If you look back again next time, we'll see if we can have something else to play with. Goodbye now.